this is video 3, units, courses and subjects. Okay, so we've talked a lot about units in the previous videos. We're going to look at it in more depth here now so you can understand what you're doing when you are making your subject selections. So all senior courses are either 1, 2, 3 or 4 unit values. Units have two purposes. First of all, it tells you the amount of time that's allocated to that course, so the time that you'll be timetabled into lessons. And secondly, it tells you what the HSC will be marked out of. So if we have a look here, a 1 unit course involves lesson time of 2 hours a week. A 2 unit course involves lesson time of 4 hours a week. Most HSC courses are 2 units. Extension 1, that is a course that involves lesson time of 2 hours a week in addition to the 2 unit course. And Extension 2 involves lesson time of 2 hours a week in addition to both the 2 unit course and the Extension 1 course. VET framework courses. Now again, I'll talk about VET courses in more detail in video 4, types of courses. They are quantified in terms of hours rather than units. So 60 hours is equivalent to 1 unit, 120 hours is equivalent to 2 units, and 240 hours is equivalent to 4 units. So most of the VET courses that we offer here at Mulwaree, they're 240 hours because they are worth 2 units in year 11 and 2 units in year 12. All right, so here is the NESA summary of the HSC course structure. As you can see there, every unit is worth a certain amount of hours. For every unit is also worth 50 marks in the HSC. So most courses are 2 unit courses, so most of those courses will be marked out of an HSC mark of 100. All right, so now that we understand units a bit better, let's have a look at the requirements for the HSC. In year 11, you must study a minimum of 12 units, and remember that you must satisfactorily complete the preliminary course before you can progress further into the HSC course. When you get to year 12, you only need to study a minimum of 10 units. So let's look at it in more detail, and here we see the units appearing in those requirements. So you need to have 2 units of compulsory English, 6 units of board developed courses. I talk about board developed courses in more detail in video 4. You need 3 courses of at least 2 units value or higher, and you have some units restrictions in the number of units of science that you can study. All right, so let's look at the difference between subject and courses. There are 2 main differences here. So on the screen, I've given you some examples. If you look at English and mathematics, they are both subjects, but as you can see, they have several courses within those subjects. So if you look at mathematics, the subject is maths, but the courses are numeracy, mathematics standard 1, mathematics standard 2, mathematics advanced, mathematics extension 1, and mathematics extension 2. However, most courses, most subjects are just subjects in their own right. So if you look there at a course like PDHPE, they're only 1 subject. So the courses for PDHPE are the preliminary course, what you do in year 11, and the HSC course, what you do in year 12. All right, here we have a really specific example where these rules come into effect for science as a subject. So science is the subject, and they have several courses in biology, chemistry, earth and environmental science, investigating science, physics and science extension. However, they have that added restriction of a maximum of 6 units of science can be studied in year 11 and a maximum of 7 units of science can be studied in year 12. And then underneath I have visual arts. Again, like most HSC subjects, it's just 1 subject, and the courses in that subject are your preliminary and HSC course. So let's look in more detail at the requirements of the HSC, and we can see here where subjects start to appear. So you need to have at least 4 subjects in year 11 and 12, and you can see here that science has a very specific restriction in that you can only study a certain number of units in science in year 11 and 12. Here we have a course, so you must study at least 3 courses that have a value of 2 units or more. And that is just to mean that you can't study 12 1-unit courses. You have to have at least 3 courses that are 2 units or higher.